Hi, my name is Gary, and this is a confession of an ex-atheist. I need to start this story off back in as a young man until I was 34. I didn't believe in a deity. I didn't believe there was no such thing as a God, Satan, heaven, or hell. And I was a very cold-hearted person. If you weren't my family or friend, you could just go and die, basically. I've told people that they were a waste of my oxygen. I've told people that they just need to just get away from me before I hurt them. I've had people that were Christians would come up to me and ask me, do I know Jesus Christ? And I don't need your crutch. I don't need anything about you. You need to leave me alone. I've told my 12-year-old grandson that the Bible was made up by a group of men around a campfire to control the masses. The hatred for people, like I said, outside my family and friends, was pretty deep in the sense of, I'll just bring up the World Trade Center. World Trade Center happened. I was at a job in Houston, Texas, and we were watching it from a little 13-inch monitor in the shop. And I seen all these people saddened, and I looked around, and I'm watching people plummet out of the World Trade Centers to their death, and I didn't care. And I told people, like, it's opening up job opportunities. It's construction work. Other people that are living have new jobs. Everybody dies. So I just need to make sure people understand where I come from, where I believed in no deity, where if somebody said God or Jesus, I would say, yes, can I help you? If somebody sneezed, I'd say, I bless you. People would ask me, Gary, what do you think? What if you go to hell? I was like, when I go to hell, Satan's going to move over and I'm taking over. And that's how I lived out my life. I did really good for myself. I made a really good career. Like I said, loved my friends and family, my wife. But everybody else could just pretty much die. And that's the first 34 years of my life. And then in the summer of 2005, I met a fellow by the name of Jonathan. And periodically he would ask me to go to church. And I'd tell him, man, that's not for me. I don't need that stuff. I'm fine where I'm at. I'm enjoying life. Life is good. And he would just periodically ask me. So here it was, July of 2005, I'm pretty sure is what it was. And he asked me to come to church with him. And I finally, for no known reason to me, I said fine. As I looked back on time, I could come up with a couple of things, maybe just pretty interesting to see how one person in a pulpit could get a crowd riled up, and that just fascinated me. Only God knows why I said yes. So it comes to later on that week, he invites me out to dinner with some mutual friends, and for Saturday night, and I agreed. And so Saturday comes around, I wake up doing stuff around the house and out in the yard. I come back in, I'm walking into my bedroom, and I drop like a sack of potatoes, like my back goes completely out. No big deal. I've had chronic back pains. As I was talking to my wife here recently, I thought it was 3 or 4 times, but she was saying that it was probably 3 or 4 times a year for the time that we'd been together, which was probably at that time 6 years. And so I got myself situated and decided to make a phone call a little bit later on to Jonathan and let him know that I'm not going to be able to go to church on Sunday. And as I call him and talking to him, he's like, man, I really wish you would go to church. And I told him, I was like, I'm not going to do it. I'm on the ground crawling. Like, I'd rather pee on myself than go to the bathroom. I mean, that's how much pain I was in. And so he continued to wish that I would go to church. And I was like, I got to go. I need to take some medicine and just get through this. And he's like, well, I'll be praying for you. And I like just clicked, hung up the phone on him, just like, yeah, sure, do that. And so I don't know what happened on his part, or what kind of stuff was going on. I found out further on down the road that people were praying for me. And as the night goes on, I'm getting ready for bed, and again, for no reason that I can explain, I make this mockery prayer to God. I pretty much was a cusser, so I was pretty much just telling God, if you ever want me to believe in you and all your hocus pocus and all this craziness that you're supposed to be real and mighty and great and powerful, and that you're supposed to love me and cherish me and all this stuff that everybody's always told me about, I told God, after 5 minutes of ranting, I told God, you heal my back and give me 0 back pain tomorrow morning, that Sunday morning. I will go to church every Sunday for the rest of my life. And lo and behold, I woke up Sunday morning and my back was completely healed. 0 back pain. I stood up, twisted around, like I couldn't feel a single bit of back pain. So I walked over to my closet, I got dressed. My wife's like, where are you going? I said, I'm going to church. And I ended up going to church that day, and these are the last 11 years. I've been at church every Sunday except for probably about 12 at this time. If I'm out of town, I try to go to church. I have read the Bible front to back, first time out loud within the first 5 years. And I'm always asking God for guidance. And in the sense of Him, I just...
My whole life I feel like I've been trained.
I always just ask Him for guidance. And as I do, He does. And it's a thing that I can't even explain. And like, I have a reverence for a God that I didn't even believe in. I have a love for every person on this earth that I never had before. I have just a complete compassion, and I just want to tell everybody about Jesus Christ and what He's done for me. And I've never shared this to the world. I've never shared this on YouTube. And I'm going to post this on Facebook, and I just ask that you can make any comments. Anybody that's an atheist, comment. Anybody that it just moved them, comment. I just ask that if you have never really taken a real good look at God or challenged God, I suggest you do it, because He will rock your world. He will change everything you ever thought the world was supposed to be, and He'll love you the whole way through. And right now, that's all I have to say. So I hope you love the video, and God bless.